Hey, Scarefest fans, this is Joe Lewis, and I'm in an honorary mood. Now, the reason I'm in an honorary mood is because I watched a couple of horror films. One was a little bit of a letdown, and another one's complete crap fest. I was going to talk about both of them at the same time, but I don't even think I'm going to give the crap fest even its due. Even its due. What we're going to talk about right now is a movie that was dumped over the summer. It was dumped this summer, actually, in 2023, and it's actually available on Hulu if you have the Hulus, and it's called Cobweb. I wanted to see it this summer because it looked interesting and it's kind of up my alley. And basically, what it's about this little boy. He's about 8 years old, and he's trying to investigate the knocking sounds that he hears on the other side of his wall. And they're coming from inside the walls in the house, and there's some sort of dark secret going on. We don't know what it is. And his parents are just creepy as hell. Just creepy as hell. And his parents are played by Lizzie Kaplan. You know her as like the Something of Sex or whatever. It was a Showtime series. Wonderful actress. And Anthony Starr. Now, Anthony Starr, you'll know as Homelander if you're a big boys fan like I am. Another wonderful actress in it's called Cleopatra Coleman. And the little boy, Woody Norman. It's directed by somebody named Samuel Bowden. And as far as I can tell, he's French, and he done a couple of horror films, one of them Marianne, which I may check out later, because this isn't a terrible movie. In fact, I kind of liked it. I just wish there was a little bit more promise for it. So what's in the walls? What's bothering this little boy? What's keeping him up at night? What are we hearing? Well, once again, little Peter, I can't tell you because that's the name of the little boy. Because if I do, it'll give too much away. It's a secret. The parents are hiding something, and they're not necessarily who you think they are. This movie, the history behind it is actually fascinating. It's almost notoriously undermarketed for some odd reason. It's actually produced by Seth Rogen. And some of the critics actually liked it, but it opened up in July against Barbie and Oppenheimer, and nobody went to see it, and they spent no money on this whatsoever. And there's a lot of people who actually like it. It's similar to Barbarian in tone, but where it fails is where Barbarian succeeds. So when we finally figure out what the cobweb is in the wall, it's not quite like that visceral reaction that you get when you're watching Barbarian, where it just takes you, where you're watching 45 minutes of Barbarian and all of a sudden the movie flips and you go to Justin Long's character, happens a few days before all the events, and you find out that story. Nothing is good or as inventive as that. What really keeps the movie from being a meh is the acting, and I liked it. The actual thing in the wall isn't as much of a twist as I think as the writers probably thought it was. And the writers, is by Chris Thomas Devlin, who wrote that Texas Chainsaw for Netflix. Has one good scene in it. But check out Cobweb if you have a Hulu. If you have the Hulu, it's only an hour and 28 minutes. So with credits, it's only about an hour and 23, 24 minutes. Some of the people live and some people don't. You may be surprised about who does and doesn't. I wish there was just a little bit more of a payoff, a little bit more of a kind of an explanation. There's also a great character in here who's the teacher is trying to figure out. The issue is, I think at the end of the day, there's a lot of it just doesn't make any sense, logical sense. Why doesn't the teacher call somebody? What year is the set in? Why don't they call the police? Because clearly something's going on at home. There's just a lot. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? And then there's a home invasion thing. Oh man, I don't want to give it too much away. So it's going to drive you crazy about some of the just flaws in logic. However, I didn't dislike Cobweb. I kind of liked it. So check out Cobweb on Hulu if you have Hulu. This has been Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly. Cobweb 2013. I'm still feeling angry about that other movie.